Earlier this month, we brought you a story of a group of advocates who are looking to bring passenger rail service to the state of South Dakota. That ongoing study from the Federal Railroad Administration will be looking at a number of factors when considering adding new routes for Amtrak, and will also be considering the funding and economic benefits of each. Cooper Seamer joins us with continuing coverage tonight. Cooper, good evening.
Hey Andrea, there's currently no proposal or formal discussion to bring Amtrak or other passenger rail services to Sioux Falls or South Dakota. But that doesn't mean the possibility isn't being considered, and a growing momentum nationwide to expand rail service is picking up steam.
This is the last call for Amtrak North.
For decades now, the talk over expanding national public transit has been growing, but it's picked up in the last couple of years since the passage of the bipartisan infrastructure law in 2021. It's a trend that researchers have been noticing as well. Kyle Shelton is the director of the Center for Transportation Studies, an umbrella unit across the University of Minnesota system. It's the center's job to encourage transportation research and help connect those studies to governments, public agencies, and other stakeholders. He says the combination of a renewed public interest and new funding, as well as new opportunities for growth, are driving those national conversations.
I think there's just a lot of excitement, both because there is new funding streams, there is a lot of new exciting technologies and interventions that could be made, and also just an understanding of what the impact of transportation infrastructure can be.
While the Federal Railroad Administration study on long-distance routes will be looking at current or former routes, new ones will also be considered. Shelton says there are hurdles that would come with creating a new route. That includes either finding existing infrastructure or creating something new. And if there is an existing railroad, negotiating with the private freight company that owns it will be a challenge.
Part of the challenge that we've seen in the last couple of decades in the United States is if I'm on a line that's also an active freight line, most times the freight gets priority, and so that's where you see perhaps like an Amtrak train would be delayed for a while as a freight train passes.
But if a long distance route can be ran frequently and integrated with existing transportation modes, it could give people another option to get around at a regional level.
The passenger rail opportunity, just like any other new mode, presents a chance to kind of put it into a bigger system and say, here's what this particular mode gives us. Here's who this might benefit.
And the possibility to increase mobility is something cities and states are always considering. Mitch Rave is the Greater Sioux Falls Chamber of Commerce Vice President for Public Policy. He says the city's current transportation infrastructure, like having two major interstates and the Sioux Falls Regional Airport, helps move people to and from the city, a vital interest for business in Sioux Falls.
Transportation plays a huge role in getting people to Sioux Falls to experience what our city has to offer, what our state has to offer as a whole. Getting our own people in and out of our region is important as well.
While there are no plans or possibilities for passenger rail service to Sioux Falls at the moment, he says reaching out to similar-sized cities to learn more about what passenger rail has done for them is something they would do if the opportunity presented itself.
Looking to, similar cities to our own to see what impact it's had there. Has it caused growing pains? Has it disrupted the way things work today? But also seeing, the ways that it's positively impacted those communities.
Rave says the chamber and business community in Sioux Falls would need to take a hard look at any proposed route should one ever be made, but he says they'll always consider the pros and cons if the goal is to try and bring more people to the city and place Sioux Falls on a line with other metro areas.